Alright, let's take a look at the chart action for Dogecoin. Alright, so we had been looking at this uptrend going something like this. We had support right here. We had support all in this area. We made this rising wedge going something like this. We got resistance up here, and we actually broke through this bottom trend line right here. So it looks like we got support on this previous support right over here. And it looks like we're finding support that area, and we're kind of bouncing back up this way. But we are finding resistance right here, so I'm not really sure what's going on. What I did was I moved the trend line something like this, so it looks more of like a channel, because we got this support kind of in this area right here. So yeah, I'm not really sure. If we go to like a 4-hour time frame, this kind of looks a little bit better. So we can move this trend line something like this. This is basically what I'm watching. So in general, we had resistance right here, and we had a little bit of resistance right here. So that gives me kind of this downtrend going something like this. Like I said, they're showing a little bit of weakness. But in the bigger time frame, we have this kind of big uptrend in general. We're not perfectly on it like we were, but we did find some support. We're still holding support on it right now. So what I'm doing right now is watching this downtrend and this uptrend right here. Basically, triangle pattern. So if we, depending on which way we break, we can maybe drag from the top to the bottom of this triangle and drag that to either the top or the bottom. And maybe we'll be looking at either .30, .308, somewhere around there. Or we'd be looking at a correction, maybe down something to like .242 or something. I'm not really sure. And maybe even we can get some support down here again. It looks like we found support right here and then got a bounce like I was talking about. So it's possible that we even, if we go to the downside, I'm not sure. I'm actually thinking we might go to the upside. It seems like the total crypto market in general is trending to the upside. And let's take a look at that real quick. So in my Cardano video, I talked about this. But we have basically a rising channel, something like this, on the total crypto market cap. And if we go back into time and look at the daily time frame, check out what we had in this big, huge bull run, a big, huge rising channel. And when we broke below this channel, that's when we got the signal to take profits on pretty much everything. And that's when it started trending down. And then we got some support, it kind of started leveling off. Now it looks like we're in a channel again. This one doesn't look as big per se as this one. It looks like a little skinnier, but we're still trending to the upside. And what I was talking about on Cardano too is if we could break to the upside of this one, we can maybe target from the top to the bottom of this rising channel and then drag it out to the breakout somewhere, wherever it happens to break out. And maybe we're looking at, I mean, if we broke out right here, let's say 2.18, and maybe we don't even break out. Maybe we just stay in this channel kind of cruising to the upside for a while. So yeah, we'll see what happens. And if we look at this on the 4-hour time frame, it looks a little bit better. You can kind of see it a little bit better. We had all this resistance right there, support right here. And we're getting some support right here as well. So we're not coming down and perfectly touching the trend line again, but yeah, so that's why I'm thinking, I'm not sure what's going to happen. We have some room to fall down, I guess, and or maybe go sideways, but it does look like it's trending to the upside in general. Basically, until we break this trend line right here, I'm not really getting worried about anything. I'm in bullish mode. So basically all these little ups and downs, they're kind of fun to trade and stuff like that. You might get squeezed out like I was talking about on Cardano. Just be careful about shorting stocks in these uptrends like this. Until we start breaking this trend line, then that's when it's safe to short. But in these uptrends, I'm not really sure. I mean, it's nice to time the top too, so I don't know. In my opinion, dollar cost averaging is a pretty good strategy in and out. But let's go back to Bitcoin real quick. And yeah, so I'll be watching this downtrend right here and this uptrend right here. You could really see it on the 1-hour time frame. And then let's go to DOGE to Bitcoin as well. This is actually looks pretty decent for Dogecoin. So I had been talking about, we had this big downtrend. I'd been talking about this for a long time. And we finally broke this trend line right here. I said, when we break this, maybe we can get bullish. And then if we can break these, like this 180 moving average on the 4-hour time frame, and then if we go to the daily time frame, we broke these ones right here, the moving averages, but I think it was the weekly time frame I was looking at. Yes. Okay, so we still haven't broken above this weekly 9 moving average on the Doge to Bitcoin chart. So I think if we could break above this one, this is where we could get bullish, and we're already starting to see signs of strength. So this is one to keep your eyes on, and if we could break through on that weekly time frame, maybe we'll come up and either test this trend line up here, or maybe even test this previous resistance up here where Dogecoin was just getting huge runs compared to Bitcoin. Maybe Bitcoin will take a break. And I guess if we want to look at the Bitcoin dominance chart, that'll kind of give us an idea of if the Bitcoin's going to take a break. And so if you follow my channel, we had a triangle pattern like this on the Bitcoin dominance, broke to the downside right there. This was basically altcoin season. And then we found some support right here. And this was basically Bitcoin bouncing back. So Bitcoin was on this move up, and I think the altcoins were taking a break, or maybe the altcoins were getting a little more hurt than Bitcoin was. And then it looks like Bitcoin is breaking this uptrend right here, or it did the other day, and I talked about that. And then it looked like it started to come back up, but I was saying until we break this top trend line up here, that I still am kind of thinking, until we break this top trend line up here, that I'm still thinking that we're showing kind of signs of weakness. So yeah, or even break back into this channel up here, this rising channel, something like that. We haven't really even broke this trend line right here on the Bitcoin dominance. So basically, until we do that, Bitcoin isn't the king. And I guess if you want to take a look at one more chart, we could look at the Ethereum dominance, which is one of the things that I've been watching all as well. So Ethereum was kind of dominating the coins. As you can see here, we've kind of had this general uptrend. We had this big, huge run recently, and then kind of like a little downtrend. But now we're starting to run again, where Ethereum is kind of taking over. We're on the daily time frame, and the past couple days, it's actually been kind of trending down. But overall, I would say you probably might want to look at this ETH.D chart. I pretty much just discovered it the other day. I hadn't really looked at it before the other day. So yeah, pretty cool chart to look at. Something to keep your eyes on. If we go back to Bitcoin, what the video is actually about, though, hopefully that some of those other charts kind of give you an idea off to like what plays off what and what's kind of leading the way, and kind of what to keep your eyes on in general, because these do play off each other. And I think watching what other people are trading, like let's say Dogecoin to Bitcoin, I think that kind of gives us an idea of what Bitcoin momentum is possible. If you guys like that video, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you want to keep up to date. And let me know your opinions and targets in the comments. We got a mixture of experienced people in here, and maybe we can try to help each other out in general. All right.